Next session is Mr. Bruce Arnold, referred to this office for additional consultation. Previous diagnosis from independent clinicians suggests patient suffers from paranoid schizophrenic episodes. Ruth, please send in Mr. Arnold. Good morning, Mr. Arnold. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Christian Dobbs.
Hi.
Have you dropped something?
No.
There's no need to be embarrassed or afraid, Mr. Arnold. Do you know what you're here for today?
Yes, to understand my problem and define a solution. I've been through this before.
And what were the results of your other sessions, Mr. Arnold?
Exploration of my complaint merely led to expensive and unrealistic clinical assessments of the problem.
You disagree with the results of the clinician?
There was never any evidence to prove I was imagining anything. Besides, delusions contain a certain degree of truth, do they not?
Yes, in certain cases. You certainly seem well versed in the psychological process, Mr. Arnold.
I pay attention to what others think, and I feel that my complaint is not delusional, but very real.
Perhaps you overstated or perhaps embellished
The truth? I do not lie, and I beg you not to assume I lie, for it upsets me immensely.
I'm sorry. I certainly didn't mean to imply that you lied. I will listen with an open mind. But first I'd like to learn a little bit about you, if you wouldn't mind telling me about yourself.
I'm unemployed. I used to be quite active, but because of my problem, I rarely leave my apartment as often as I'd like.
And your diet? Are you eating healthy?
I microwave everything.
Fruits, vegetables?
I had an apple last week.
Do you partake in any sport or activity?
I used to play soccer.
Used to?
I lost interest.
Couple your lifestyle with that erratic eating schedule and it could create a psychological circumstance, perhaps delusional imagery. Do you have a special friend?
A girlfriend?
Yes.
I did once.
And?
Her name was Meg.
And?
She's dead.
I'm sorry. Was it an accident?
Yes. An accident.
Your profile states you reside with your parents. Tell me about them.
Both are dead.
I see. How long have they been deceased?
2 weeks.
Your parents died at the same time?
Yes.
How terrible. And the cause of their demise?
Same as the others.
What do you mean?
You have the report right there in front of you.
And the report is quite unnerving, Mr. Arnold. It states several strangulation homicides have occurred while you were in the vicinity, yet in every instance there was never evidence of actual involvement on your part. Just a coincidence, or do you have knowledge of these crimes?
Same as the others. It's the same story I told the other doctors, and it's the same story I'll probably have to tell the one after you.
I'd really like to hear from you, Mr. Arnold.
I was watching TV one night when a flash of lightning caused the lights to flicker on and off. The TV popped, blinked, and fizzled. The very next instant, there was a test pattern on the screen, and my watch read 5:30. I don't know what happened, but 6 unaccounted hours had passed.
You fell asleep for 6 hours at exactly the moment the television lost power.
I assumed so. When I awoke, I looked around for a moment, and out of the corner of my eye, I caught the movement of something. A shadow.
Did you ever learn what that shadow was?
No, it disappeared, but I felt something. a presence in the room.
Do you think it may have been one of your parents?
Neither had been near my room at the time. When I explained what happened to my father, he suggested it was a doppelganger.
Excuse me, what?
A doppelganger.
German, I believe, for mythical phantom. It's an interesting way to describe a shadow.
You're smiling. Like the others who just insist lightning was the cause of delusional images. Don't patronize me, Doctor. Whatever the cause, I saw my demon self. My double walker, doppelganger. It's the same in any language, whatever you wish to call it.
I'm not making light of your problem, Mr. Arnold. My position is to ascertain evidence to corroborate or deny your visions and to provide a path for suitable methods to eradicate your crisis. Won't you raise your eyes to mine?
I'm afraid to see it.
See what, Mr. Arnold?
I cannot control it. It doesn't like to become agitated.
How can a shape without substance that mimics your every move harm anyone?
You don't understand! No one understands! You all just think I'm crazy! A shadow, how can that harm anyone? I'll tell you how. It committed those murders, including my family, because they infuriated it. It will kill again, and I can't control it. Anyone who angers it is in danger.
The electrical storm may be the root of your dilemma. When we're in a state of fear, our senses mobilize at every level, and even our imagination can run amok. Tell me, Mr. Arnold, do you think your double walker murdered your parents?
I already told you, it did.
And your Meg?
We had an argument in her apartment. I don't remember why, but I was angry. So I went to a local bar to get a drink. And when I went back to her place to apologize, the police were there. She was dead.
And your parents?
They got on my nerves about employment, so I went for a walk. Same as Meg, when I got there, they were dead.
Are you upset that your parents are dead?
Of course I am, and being unable to do anything about it, it's agonizing.
Maybe we can determine how to rid you of this double walker.
Do you believe me?
I keep my beliefs in check, Mr. Arnold, until all the data needed to verify or evidence to the contrary has been established.
That's just polite and professional rhetoric, meaning no.
I just need more time to assimilate the information and to learn more about you and your shadow.
The others didn't believe me either. They laughed at me, mocked me, and caused me to become angry.
I will certainly not mock you, Mr. Arnold. Nor will I knowingly aggravate you. The imagination is a sensitive emotion.
Are you suggesting that I was startled by lightning to believe that I'm seeing something that doesn't even exist?
That could be one of many scenarios, and in time we will ascertain the correct one. With that in mind, I want to reschedule you for another appointment and some medication
For psychosomatic disorder.
Why, yes. It may have been brought on by the trauma of your parents' sudden death or the fear of lightning that caused such emotional turmoil in your senses. You can raise your head.
No. It's angry.
I assure you we're alone.
No. We are not alone.
I see no one.
I do.
But there's no...
Oh, it's just the same as the others. It's amazing how little faith people have in the suffering of the afflicted. How quickly someone's problem is just turned into a falsehood, even though they just scream for help. No one believes. It's just more insane imagery from the mouth of a paranoid psycho.
Mr. Arnold, we can
Listen,
talk...
I've heard it all before, Doctor. I thought you were different. I thought you might believe me. sensed empathy in you. Sorry I wasted your time.
Ruth, has Mr. Arnold left the office? I see. No, that's fine. No need to go after him. Hello, homicide office, please. Yes, I'll hold.
He told you not to upset me, did he?
Ego trips is not my thing. All these strange relationships really get me down. I see nothing wrong. Spread myself around.